Everybody, welcome to the Fourth Dimension. My name's Remy.
And I'm Benedict.
And welcome to the monthly roundup of March 2022. It's been a really
It's been an
good
amazing month.
Really good. I mean,
Made
I'm
it
surprised,
really difficult to do this.
Yeah, honestly, 2022 has been pretty strong so far. Like, I really wasn't expecting it to be on the same level as some of the stuff we've had in the past few months, but like, it's just kind of getting better right now. Should we just get straight into it?
Let's go.
Right. So, how are we gonna do it?
You go first.
You go first. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So my number 3 pick for this month is Rex Orange County of Who Cares.
Okay.
My second album is Kojey Radical, Reason to Smile. And my top pick is, of course, the Zeltron, Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. Woo! Let's go!
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. The shit bang.
Amazing. And your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions. Okay, my honorable mentions. I really wanted to put them in just because I wanted to talk about them a lot. But here are my honorable mentions. So we've got Casey and Gazolfestein. The EP he did, a TW 2050.
Nice.
And my second honorable pick is the Nego. I know Nego.
Damn, I did not expect any of these. I did not expect any of these. Damn. I think your 5 is pretty cool because you've got quite a diverse range of records, which is crazy because I'm about to hit you with some even more ones.
Okay. Let's
so
go.
we've got a lot of differences. So my number 3 is Rosalía with Motomami.
Oh, yes, I'm so glad you said that.
My number 2 is Denzel Curry with Melt My Eyes, See Your Future.
Let's go.
And my number 1 is Kilo Kish with American Girl.
Ooh, okay. I wasn't expecting that as your first.
Amazing.
Nice.
And my honorable mentions are Kojey Radical with Reason to Smile.
Ooh.
And Abibio Sound Machine with Electricity.
Let's go.
Sweet. I'm really happy that we've got some differences here because I think this is like one of those months where the albums were so good that it's cool that we can talk about like a range of them.
Yeah, I really wanted to talk about that
Rosalía.
like really did.
Do you want to start with that?
That's how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Rosalía?
Yeah, Rosalía.
This is actually my first project of Rosalía as well, and like at first it was a bit much.
You're
on
a
an
hater.
experimental based. I wasn't even a hater. It was just strange. Like I wasn't expecting
It
it.
is a very strange record.
But like now that I've let it settle with me, it is really good. Like really good.
The same happened to me. Like this album like really warmed up to me. I mean, I loved the last record. I loved the way that it fused together like elements of flamenco, pop, alternative R&B. So hearing this record and the fact that it actually doesn't really have that much flamenco on it kind of was a bit jarring at first. The more I kind of listen to it, the more I kind of appreciate how much of like a thrill it is. Because I feel like there's very few records that come out these days sometimes where it genuinely feels like a thrilling experience where you're like listening from front to back and just being hit in so many different directions. I mean, there's that song on Diablo where just you've got these really beautiful vocals and then James Blake just fucking appears out of nowhere for no reason.
It's so good. It's like a perfect level of industrial. And you know what as well? The thing I respect about it the most is that like she's not a small artist. She's pretty big.
She's massive.
Like she's pretty massive, and like to take strides to make an album sound so experimental, so weird, very industrial, and just like all over the place, and like letting people even like Pharrell and stuff, you know, like actually, because there's Neptune's production, right?
Or is it just on Motomami and Hentai.
Yeah. Like even the inclusion of those and just having that, you know, their like creative, you know,
like a lot of people are going to be listening to her, and she's pulling from some very strange sounds. I mean, she's taking like reggaeton and making it like on Sayoko, like so fucking distorted. Man. Like it sounds so distorted. It's so progressive, and like obviously, and as well, it's like it's not progressive to the like experimental to the point where it's like jarring or anything. Like you can genuinely like probably rave to it, you know. Like there's some really really good standout tracks there, and I think it fits a lot of different genres. Yeah, and again, it kind of fits a little bit of everything, a little bit of It feels like a kind of sort of rebellious kind of pop record. And some of these like tracks are some of my favorites of the year. I mean, I absolutely love Hentai. That's one of my favorite records of the year.
So good.
I love Cute. That track is a fucking
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 21.
That's what I mean. Like, you don't hear that shit on records.
No,
like, you don't hear that kind of
you
playfulness. You're just listening the first time. You're like, what the hell is going on? But
the build-ups are always great. Yeah, no, she is one of a kind. Genuinely, like
you should listen to her last record though.
I definitely will. I've not really had the time to, but it's definitely on my list. Cool. On to the next song album, I guess. Which would it be? What do you want to talk about? I was gonna maybe go to Rex.
Yeah.
I mean, my bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I did want to get the Rex in there. I think like Rex was originally in my 3, but as the albums came out this month, it kind of slipped down.
Yeah, and to be honest, like even for me as a big Rex fan, I wasn't expecting to put it in the bottom of the top 3, but like there was just so many good albums this month. And yeah, man, I've got to say, I really, really do like the album a lot. You know, I think what a lot of people were doing, were criticizing the album for, I think it's a little unfair because,
but it's a bit like lyrically one.
It's a little bit. It was just like it was a little bit simple in the songwriting and whatever. Yeah. But like, I think that's kind of the point of the album.
He's a different kind of songwriter to like, you know, he's not Bob Dylan or some shit, you know.
Exactly,
He's doing his own little niche kind of songwriting.
Yeah. And even though a lot of it is still Rex, he does still make a lot of like strides within, you know, he tries and embraces the new sounds, such as like songs like Shoot Me Down, which is like really like, it makes me want to be like, yo, Rex, I know you're still doing this like lo-fi, you know, bedroom pop type shit, but like at the same time, like you could really span out and do something really sick here. Because,
like some chamber pop.
I really think he has the potential. Yeah, and like he's always got the instrumentation backed up. I don't know if you're familiar with Benny Sings Ben, but that's he basically produced the album from what I know. And
most of his strings.
Yeah, man. And the thing is as well, like the big song that sort of got Rex popular anyway was Loving Is Easy, which is obviously just such a great song, very feel good, and I just feel like this album is basically just that in and out, like as an album. And let me show you something as well quickly. You
better fucking hurry up.
Your boy also
hey so that's proof he does like the album.
I do like the album. I had to get it on. I saw it was like £10 in HMV, and like it's really, really nice. Like let me show you, Ben.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like it a lot. And I was just like, yeah, fuck it. So yeah,
it's good energy, good vibes for the song.
Good vibes. Yeah. My number 2 pick was the Kojey Radical, The Reason to Smile. It just fell short on yours at number 4.
Yeah, that was definitely in my number 3. Before like, and they got knocked off, but I really did love this record. This is definitely one of the best like UK hip-hop albums in a while, like probably since The Sims.
Yeah, man, like it's kind of like a little infuriating that not a lot of people are talking about this, because like this album is really fucking good. Like as Ben just said, probably like one of the best albums out of the UK scene in a long time. It's a nice like entwining of, you know, a lot of conscious hip hop, like a lot of UK hip hop, obviously, jazz rap, Afro beats, like a lot of soul influence as well, and like it just all comes together so nicely. And again, it's just very authentic and organically as well. Very organically,
especially with like the thematic cohesion of like all the vocal snippets, like from his mother's point of view, and talking about like the experience of moving to the UK and everything.
It feels like it's cut off a trip into his mind. I think that's fair to say, and I think it's really well complemented with the features as well. There's some really good features on here. That if anything just elevate the music even more. But Kojey makes sure he is well, like, you know, he's goes
laser
off.
sharp on it. Yeah,
he goes off on this, and he again is the way he can just sort of switch up his flow, the way he can just use like vocal inflections, and like the way he can just completely change the direction of a song is so cool to see. And again, it's not what you get a lot of in the UK, and that's why the UK hip-hop scene is kind of dying.
And that's why they should be really like focusing on this release.
Exactly, they need to be like, we had The Sims, we had the celebration of Little Sims and how crazy that album was. show this man his flowers, because this
definitely.
piece of work is so good. And if anyone's watching this and you haven't listened to this album, I could not recommend it enough.
Yeah, I really like Pusher Man. That was my favorite. I like the way that he talks about like, you know, like drug dealership and then making his way into the industry. Like talking about like he felt like he sold his soul before he made it into the industry.
Yeah, man.
There was that line where he says like the scariest thing about raising a boy is when you become a man, like like I think he said like the target on your back is a bit more permanent than a tattoo. I was fuck, man, like
he's got a way of words, man. He's not only a rapper, but he's 100% a poet, and it is translated so well to the music in this album. If you haven't heard this album, please go and listen to it. It is amazing. Yeah, man. Just fucking go and do it.
So this is where we divert a bit. So my number one was Kilo, and then your number one was Denzel.
I definitely need to give this a listen. This is 100% on me. I'm taking the hit here.
You're taking the blame.
I'm taking the blame.
Nah, it's really good. It's really good. I mean, I have only kind of known of Kilo Kish since last year, so I think it was Nice Out. That was kind of like the big song that was on TikTok. And then there was also Bite Me. And I kind of like the way that she sort of took synth pop and electro pop, but kind of gave it a really kind of dark kind of angle to it. And this new album, I was anticipating it to be good because I did like the singles. I liked No Apology. I liked New Tricks, but I genuinely did not expect this at all to be my number one. Like, especially with the Denzel dropping, the Rosalía dropping. I did not expect it to be this good. And I just love how playful this album is, how kind of dystopian and otherworldly it is. The vocals in here are really expressive, quirky, sarcastic, have a lot of personality to them. The hooks soar. The production is like all over the place, but in a kind of good way. And it also like the moment the album starts, because it has like these sort of two sort of intro and outro bits called play and continue, it sounds like a video game because it's got this kind of 8-bit kind of intro and outro, so it has a narrative to it. It's got a bit of like a cinematic element to it. And I think in terms of pop records, I'd be surprised if anything beats it for me this year. Like this might be my
more
pop
than Dawn FM.
Yeah, definitely. This is
wow.
This is definitely my,
I need to listen to this.
So, the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. We all know it was coming, man. I fucking love this guy. Of course, it is the Denzel Curry. Melt My Eyes. See Your Future. Zeltron. Going
I'm so
at
happy
it
it's
again. He's never like the thing is right. This is the thing. I was thinking about this earlier before we did this video. People need to start putting this man in the top 10 alive, because like seeing this guy from Ultimate to where he is at now, and like the consistency in his projects, continuously pushing boundaries, man. Like, and that's what you want to see in an artist. What's the point of just staying stagnant, man? He's completely just getting out of his comfort zone, trying new shit, and like again, he's just completely nailed it, man. The soul influence is there, the crazy experimentation, but it's done in such a crazy way. As you were saying, I'm pretty sure it was you were saying like X-Wing shouldn't work. X-Wing shouldn't work, but it does work so well, man. Like X-Wings.
Down with the queen.
That guy slaps.
That, and I was like, why is this hitting? Why is this hitting?
It hit. I love it. And again, like he can do that vocal shit really well. And it just bangs, man. It just bangs. And yeah, as you were saying, the features completely slap. Absolutely love the inclusion of obviously Slow Tie. The T-Pain song is just great.
Genuinely, that might be one of my top favorite like features of the year, because it's almost
so catchy.
Like, but it's goofy, but in like just an overtly fun way. Like
man, it reminds me of like song. It's just like back in the day, just like not like songs just kind of being simple, but just kind of like hitting, you know, like Rico Nasty, the Jid track.
Damn.
Oh my god, man! Oh my god! Nah, Rico Nasty, man. Like.
Put some fucking respect on Rico Nasty.
Put some respect on Rico Nasty's name. I cannot believe some of you losers are out here booing her, man. Like, how are you booing this woman? She is easily the best, like one of the best rappers out right now in terms of rap that gets you gassed, that gets you hype. She's so versatile. Put some respect on her name. Shut the fuck up, okay? That's all I've got to say for that. That's all I've got to say. But regardless of that, love everything about this album. Honestly, really like it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think this is his most like realized album. I think he's always been an introspective.
I think it's definitely between the two. It's definitely between the two.
For me, I feel like this, like, because I was listening to a lot of like interviews that he was doing, and he was saying that like on his previous records, the emotions he was like having were kind of getting out in a more sporadic, kind of desperate way.
Yeah.
Whilst on this one, he kind of reflected a bit more. He's a bit more of a high-minded place. And obviously, like on Melt, you know, he says like, dealt with thoughts of suicide, woman I've objectified, couldn't see it through my eyes, for that I apologize, working hard to empathize. And like he's sort of like saying that like the idea of the concept of the album, like Melt in My Eyes, is this idea of like being aware of like perhaps sort of understandings that you have that might be like warped, and kind of taking ownership and trying to be better. And I feel like he's still being conscious as he's always been, but he's doing it in a more kind of reflective way. Exactly.
And like the whole sort of, you know, like message of the album for me personally is, you know, bullshit come my way, I keep walking. This guy, man. And like again, it explores these, you know, really honestly sensitive themes in hip hop, and not a lot of, like, he's obviously talking about you know, it's obviously a horrible topic, but you know, he sort of glazed to get over it in Taboo, and obviously in Melt as well now, obviously him being molested as a child, obviously horrible to hear, but not a lot of people in rap would be talking about this, but man is really taking it and just sort of, you know, people have, like, this is just real life, and shit like this happens to anyone, you know, and like being able to highlight that in your music and just, you know, sort of show to the people and yourself, because I'm sure this meant more to him than showing it to anyone, you know, like, I've progressed from this.
I'm pretty sure he said
my mistakes.
I'm pretty sure he said that he kept that song Melt like locked, like he didn't show people because it was so vulnerable.
Yeah, so vulnerable, man. It's fucking beautiful. Like, genuinely one of the most beautiful tracks on the album, and probably one of the most beautiful tracks he's
ever put out.
Yeah, and it's just showing vulnerability, and to have that as the first song as well on this album, which he knows a lot of people are gonna listen to. Nothing but respect.
Amazing.
Nothing but respect for the Zell, man. Really fucking sick project. Cannot wait to see where he goes next. Cannot wait. Cool. Right, is that all? Is that everything?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Wow, okay. Cool. Well, wow, that's the video, guys. Thank you very much. That's it. Sorry, no.
That was a great list of albums. I'm really like, there's been so much in rotation. Thank you
very much for watching. Peace out.
Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.